Hi guys, Pet here. Welcome to the video I make every year, the video where I showcase you the vinyl records that I bought in the past year. It's January 2024, so I'm going to showcase you the records that I bought in 2023. It took me some time to find. I was checking all the vinyl records, that I'm supposed to present to you today, and I saw that one is missing, so I started to look for it. Where the hell is it? There were a couple of ones that I already placed on their designated locations, and I look around, went out for a walk, come back in, and was like, I want to make the video today so I can edit it tomorrow. And like, where the hell is that that vinyl record? Of course it was in the right place, but I haven't seen it, so it's there now. So anyway, let's start with the first record that I bought last year. It's this Lost Tapes TM from Timișoara, Volume 2. If you remember, last year Volume 1 was released, and that one was very nice. It had 3 records. This one only has 1, but they got the same packaging, so it's kind of like floating around inside, so a bit of a downside there. And if I am to look at the bands that are here, it's funny because, so I kind of forgot to mention this now, but Lost Tapes means that it's kind of like a collection of bands that never had like a proper release. Bands from Romania, bands from Timișoara, actually, my town. So they never had a proper release. So they found some recordings and so on, and they kind of got released on this compilation. So we have Melting Carousel, Rubik's Cube, Diane, Făt Frumos, Sart, Penal, which is Penal, Pandora, Stone Fiction. Melting Carousel, I remember, it's with Luci on guitar, and I know him from years ago, and I remember seeing Melting Carousel back in 2008. That was actually a pretty great concert. It's too bad that they don't perform anymore in this formula. Luci is still performing, but I haven't seen him in years. Then at Sart we have Vali, which I also know from years ago, and Hera on drums. I also know him from years ago, and Alex. They are still playing on other bands here in Timișoara. But Sart, which it's a bit funny because the song, listening to the lyrics of the song that's on the compilation, it's like you can see that they are 19 or 20 years old. It's very, very edgy with the lyrics. But anyway, it was great. And they actually released Volume 3 like 2 months ago, but I haven't got that one, and I should get it so I can have it in the collection. I don't know what's on that record, but the first one, when it was released, it was an event. Those 2 ones were kind of sneaky, so I kind of almost missed this one too. Then I actually got JazzyBIT with their latest album, which I don't see the name now. I love the cover, by the way. I don't remember how it's called properly, the proper name, but anyway, Mickey is on bass. I've been knowing him again for years. I do want for them to release the album Horizon. I believe I do have that one on CD, but anyway, it's great that at least they got this one on vinyl. I should have forced Mickey to sign it. He didn't sign it, but yeah, maybe at some time he will sign it. Then I actually got a good number of records that are video games music, video games OST, how to call it. And this one is from Cult of the Dam. I remember seeing this, playing the demo of the game, and you are kind of on this base building part of the game. And I remember that song that it was there. It immediately went into my mind. It was like, whoa, this is nice. When I saw the release of the record, I actually immediately bought it. I actually also got a cloth bag with this, and I also got a mug. But yeah, the album is actually great. I'm pretty happy that I got it. It's great packaging. Then I kind of got 2 records. Those 2, they are Moon, M-O-O-N, and it's like 2 of his EPs. I'm kind of not sure exactly why I got this. I know the songs that are here. I know them, they are nice. I have a couple of them in rotation, but I also kind of have the majority of those songs, I believe, in the soundtrack for Hotline Miami. So that's how I think how he got popular. So yeah, but he kind of got those two released, and I was like, oh, I have to go get them. I got them. But it's EP. This record has 3 songs, and this one has 4 songs. But to tell you what to listen, Paris is the pretty popular one. I mean, I guess you can listen to all of them because they are pretty emblematic. And from this one, Dust, I believe. I don't know. I mean, I should know, but I don't know exactly what to recommend you because it's kind of like it's only like 3 songs and 4 songs, so you can just give them all a listen and see how they are combined and how they work together. So I think that can work. Then I actually got this one is still sealed. This one is not sealed. Black Skin Records, which is a record label from Germany, they are releasing and they are also selling releases by other labels from soundtracks, video game soundtracks, and I actually do a lot of purchases from them because the website is nice. They ship through DHL or UPS, I believe. It's like 17 euros for shipping. Not that cheap, but it's still fine. And I do, a lot of purchases that I got through them. I think I have like 5 orders this year. And they always, every year during the summer, they release a free vinyl that's actually free. And I always tell them I order it and I tell them to combine it with one of my existing order, which is why this year I got 2. I don't remember when or something, but one of my orders from 2022 got delayed, I think, and I believe that's when I ordered it and that's when it came. So this is why I haven't had time to listen to them. And I do have the ones from 2020 and 2021, I believe, and I only listened to the one from 2020. But those records actually came with the soundtrack from Stray, the video game, the game with the cat, where you actually play in this cyberpunkish, robotish, whatever universe where you actually play with a cat. And I actually really loved the ambience and the mood that the game has. And I was like, should I order it? Should I not order it? And I was like, okay, let's order it. Took it some very good months to... I think this is the one that I ordered in 2022 and it arrived in 2023. And there are a couple of good songs. I do remember the song called Slums. And then when I was preparing for this video, I looked and I was like, that song is not on the compilation. I was like, okay. But there are other cool songs that are there. But again, it's pretty hard to recommend one song in particular, especially since this is kind of like a soundtrack that works well together. Like you give it a go and it's kind of like a mood that's setting up. And it's actually great because, especially since the songs are not short, they are 2, 3, 4 minute songs, I believe. So I think it's pretty nice. It's also good packaging. This is kind of like the big cover, and then you pull it out like this, and then this is like a gatefold, right? Like this. And I don't see the song names here, so I can't really try to remember. Then I got A.L.I.S.O.N. Space Station, and I'm actually really happy that I got this. A.L.I.S.O.N. it's a fantastic album, maybe even a candidate for a solo video. It has a good couple of songs. It's kind of like new retro wave-ish, or kind of like synth. How to describe it? I kind of put it into that category. And the songs that I would recommend is Space Echo and Golden Dust, maybe. And the thing with this record is that I knew when this was released, and the record was 22 euros, and then with shipping it was 20 euros, and I was like, I don't want to pay 20 euros for shipping again, so I haven't ordered it. I was like, I'm just going to skip it. And then in this Synthwave group that I'm part of, someone posted a link to an eBay from UK, and it was to bid 10 pounds. And I was like, I'm going to bid 10 pounds, and I won the bid, no one else bid on it. And the guy actually shipped the record 10 pounds plus 10 pounds shipping, 20 pounds, and I got the record. The downside with this record in particular, Eyewitness Records, or I think it's not the label that pressed it, I forgot. This press in particular, it's a bit flimsy. It sounds fine, it's not bad, but everything is flimsy about it. I think it's not 180 grams or something like that, but it's fine. I'm happy that I got it, so sometimes it's good to just wait. Then I managed to finally get my hands on another Primus album, the Brown album. It's the first album that have Brian Mantias, I believe, on drums, and you can see the difference on the way the Herb drums and then how Brian drums. I kind of prefer Herb, but this whole album is a bit different because of that. Not in the bad way, it's still a good album. And then it's again 4 sides, so 2 vinyls inside. Fisticuffs Over the Falls, it's very nice. I believe Les it's playing double bass. Paddington, Shenhez with Beef, and Kalamazoo. I also remember listening to it long time ago. So I'm very happy that I finally got it. There is another Primus album incoming. I almost have all of them. Then one of the best albums from last year, I believe, Altın Gün, Aşk. Not sure how to call it, Ask, but it's Aşk, or however, because it's that S that has a thing below. This is the back of it. Altın Gün I actually discovered last year because I was playing Star Wars, this Jedi, I forgot the name, but it's the new Star Wars game, which was very enjoyable. But when you are in that pub, there is a robot that plays music, and a song actually caught my attention. It was very peculiar, very particular, very danceable song. I was like, what's that? So I looked on YouTube, and then the soundtrack finally came out on Spotify. It was Altin Lazer Blaster or something like that. I was like, it was kind of like a fake band for the song, for the game, you know. And it was featuring Altın Gün. I was like, I think Altın Gün is the original band that's playing the song from the game, right? So I started to listen to Altın Gün. I was like, hey, this is not bad at all. So it's a great album that you can just put on and then you can listen to it, and it's having a good flow and some very good songs in particular. So it's not really about the mood, but you can also pick some songs and listen to them. And if I am to recommend, Dr. Chivanim is the last song, the one Güzelnin on Para Etmez. I will try to maybe put on the screen the songs that I like. But yeah, it's very nice on how they play with the guitar and the tambours and other. It's like a very nice. They even have some synthesizer there. It's as I've said, I think maybe before, it's a candidate for a solo video, and I would like to tackle this album properly and give it like a proper listen, take up the notes that I generally do, and present to you the record the proper way. Then, in kind of the same order, because I ordered Primus, I ordered Altın Gün, I think I ordered the next one that will come, maybe, I forgot, but then I got this one. It's Sexy Laza Mr. Lava, something like that. It was like 10 euros, and I was like, I listened a bit to it, and it was like a bit intrigued. I was like, interesting, let's order it. Then I was like, why the hell did I order this? It's 10 euros, I'm never going to get back. But then I kind of listened to it again, and I'm a bit intrigued on how some of those songs sound. And I will try to put some snippets so you can listen to them. Then DeMarco, one of my favorite artists ever. If you watch some of my older videos about, when I present the records that I bought, I actually have like a special shelf. Not sure if you can see it, but those are only DeMarco records. I used to listen to him a lot, 2017, 18, and a little bit of 19. Now I still listen to it, but I kind of switch everything to part-time as the band. But this is very different album, again instrumental, no voice, and it's kind of like a journey. He kind of forced himself to record So the song name are Gualala 2, Crescent City, Portland, Victoria, Vancouver, Edmond, Chicago, Rockaway, and so on. So basically he forced himself to, he was traveling and something like that, and he forced himself to record songs in that location. So he kind of packaged this thing up and released it. It's okay, it's Mark DeMarco, it's ambiental. I would love him to release another Salad Days or 2 or so on, but you know, he's a proper artist, he needs to experiment and so on, so I'm not pissed off. I still have Salad Days, I still have the other albums that I enjoy. I can just put those on and I can listen to those albums, so I don't have to be pissed off for him not releasing the same thing over and over. So it's great that he's exploring. In December, he also got, he released into his demos, some demos from 2015 under album that's instrumental, but some kind of mixed songs, and I do want to get that one too, but this year probably I will buy it. I will have to see. Then I actually got 2 albums from Onra, Chinoiseries 1 and Part 2. I've been listening to Onra since 2008, I believe, and I do love his style. I love this combination of when 2 genres combine, let's put it like that. And the thing is that I believe he's French with origins from Vietnam, so he traveled to Vietnam and he got records from there. So he's mixing Vietnam records with beats and so on. And it's having this very nice combination on very short songs that sound very different. And he managed to create this kind of really interesting art, this kind of different vibes. Each song can be very, very different. His most popular song, maybe it's the anthem from this one. I believe that the anthem was used maybe at the Olympics from 2008, maybe. I don't know, this is information that I've read in 2010 or something like that, and somehow it's stuck in my mind. From Chinoiseries Part 2, try to listen to Gotta Go, My Steam, and Miss Ho, and there are others, but Gotta Go, I believe. If I remember correctly, Gotta Go kind of has like a sad story. It kind of has this vibe. Then I got this. It's I'm not going to pull it out of the protection and so on. It even came with these coasters. This is the Deep Rock Galactic original soundtrack, which is a game that I have almost 400 hours. I've been playing it for like 3 years. I enjoy it a lot. It's absolutely lovely game. A candidate of me making a game on my gaming channel, GamerPet, my original channel that I've been having for more than 10 years. But Deep Rock Galactic soundtrack finally got released. I managed to snag it on. It's the edition that it has these beautiful colors of red and orange, so it's not the black edition. Very good packaging. It is maybe a candidate to a video itself. But the song that I want to recommend to you is Absolute Zero. Which is a very moody and atmospheric game. I remember playing this game early on, like we were like level 5 or something like that. We were trying to explore. We have this huge cave. We were seeing like how should we go to approach this cave so we can, you know, do the mission and then come back and so on. This song was playing there. I was like, dude, this very moody, very good song. And I would have, you know, mentioned the artist name, but he has this Danish name or Icelandic name, very hard to pronounce. Then I got the soundtrack from Hogwarts. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. You know, when Harry Potter came out, I was a little bit older, so I never got sucked into it. I've been told that the movies are good. I've been told that the books are good. I've been considering trying to read the books, but you know, when the game came out in February, I was a little bit like, but then everybody bought it. It was kind of like an open world. I was intrigued, so I bought it, and I absolutely loved this whole school thing, this whole environment, the music on how it is. And I was like, it was an instant purchase, kind of like a fear of missing out purchase. Not really regretting it, but it was still about $80, I believe, because I had to, it came from US, so it was shipping. It's also 3 records inside. And then I also had to pay customs. So it wasn't the cheapest. I'm trying to be more smart with what I order, but I don't know. I don't regret it. Then I got another Primus. This is maybe my favorite Primus, Sailing the Seas of Cheese. This was the record that I was looking for. I wasn't sure where the hell it was. Spent like 10 minutes looking for it around, and it was actually right where it should have been, but I don't know, haven't seen it. This song has Here Come the Bastards, Saint Baker, American Life, Jerry Was a Race Car Driver, which is a very popular song, Is It Luck, This Damn Blue Collar Tweakers, Fish On. It's a great album altogether with a lot of funky lines. Again, another candidate for a solo video, so I do recommend you to try this on. Try to listen to the songs that I just mentioned, see if you like someone. It's a bit hard to talk about Primus because Primus is such a unique band. It's also one of my favorite bands. They have something special. It's nice when artists like this exist, so I'm very grateful for them, and I'm very grateful that I actually got, I have almost all their albums. I'm missing the live one, the first one, Suck on This maybe, or actually I have the live one and I'm missing Suck on This, or I have Suck on This and I'm missing the live one, I forgot. Then I got another video game original soundtrack OST. This is The Last Spell, a game that I kind of enjoy. I do have like 30 hours of it, and even that the game is like top-down isometric pixel art, and you are defending your city with waves of monsters that come from, you know, north, south, west, east, and so on. The soundtrack is very metal. It sounds very particular, you know, very. And I was like, when this was announced, I was like, I'm going to buy it. Only listened to it like 2 times on vinyl form, but yeah, it's great. It has again 2 records, 4 sides. And I don't even know what to recommend you. Just try to search for The Last Spell original soundtrack and see what you can find there. Then I have Lalalar. This is the latest album from Lalalar. I do have a video about them from last year because I got their first album. I even have them in my video from 3 years ago because I have 3 of their singles on 7-inch discs. And since then I was like, when are they going to release an album? They got it last year and I was like happy for it. And this is their second album, which I ordered from their Bandcamp, is the gold vinyl edition. It's decent, but I do like the first one. The first one is a bit more complex than this one. And from this album I do recommend you to try the 4th song from Side A, Hem Eveshim Hem Kemeshim, I believe. This is the one the song that I like, I think. I do want to listen more but to the album, but I do like the first one more. Then I got another Altın Gün. I was like, not sure what. I wanted to order something with my friend George, and he was placing the order, and I was like, I'm not sure what else to get. I don't want to order only 1 record, because then when I'm dividing the shipping is hitting 1 record to more. So this is why you order more records, so the shipping gets divided, right? So I got it's not the last album from Altın Gün was the one that you just saw. I believe this was maybe the album from before, İyi Olur it's called. And from this one I do recommend you, I believe, the second song. I think the first song, it's kind of like 20 seconds of like an introduction to the album, just some noise there, but then it's a song that it's a bit repeatable. It has like a synth sound that's very interesting, and it drew my attention. I do prefer the first one, but this one is also enjoyable. So Altın Gün, İyi Olur. I think I will show you first this one, because this one I got in October. It's Fanfare Ciocărlia's latest album. This is the 3rd or 4th album that I have from them. It's a gypsy brass band from Romania. They are pretty popular in Europe and in the world. Maybe not that popular in Romania, I don't know. But a lot of people came to the concert. And if you are, by any chance, they are playing near you, go to them. It's a fantastic band to see live. Maybe more than listening to album, because it's like they are like, I don't know, 10 people, all blowing into these brass instruments, and it's very mesmerizing to see them live. And as I said, this is the live album. I actually got it signed, some with white, some with black. It's almost all the guys, I believe. I kind of missed. There are a lot of people, so I don't seem to have enough. But yeah, they have a cover on this album. They have a song, a cover, just the two of us. It's a cover. But yeah, fun band. Then I saw another live band. One of my favorite bands, maybe the band that I've seen the most live. It's Blazzaj. It's a band from Timișoara. First time when I saw them was in '98, and it's a funny story actually. They had a song about CFR, which is the rail company here in Romania, and I see them live and I remember CFR-ul, you know, Nimici CFR-ul, you know, kind of stuck in my head. And this was in '98, right? I was with my father in the center of Timișoara. And in about 2005, I got access to an FTP. In Romania here we pirate a lot, so it was an FTP server where you could find, I think, TV shows and music and other things. And I saw music, I saw bands, and right on top it was Blazzaj. It was with B, so it was right on top. You know, I was intrigued by the name Blazzaj. Sounds interesting. And I downloaded it, started playing the album, and on the second song I hear CFR-ul, you know, I was like, that's the band that I saw in '98. So the funny thing is that I've seen them live a lot. The release in Timișoara, I actually filmed the whole concert. It's on my personal channel. Just listen to Blazzaj, Întoarcerea Omului, Furnicar, that's the album name. Listen to it, search for it on YouTube. Also put Timișoara in the name, so you will get to my personal YouTube channel. And they filmed the whole concert, 1 hour and something. And it's not the first concert I filmed from them. I have another full album, a full concert recorded in 2011. I have recordings from 2006, 2007, and I do have a selfie with Vita, which is the vocal guy from the band. In 2007, I think I was like 20 or 21 years old, something like that. He's like always jumping, always entertaining the crowd when he sings, right? And he jumped from the stage to the public, and I was like in front row or something like that. And I actually had my camera back then. I always was carrying my camera, and I was taking a lot of photos. And I have a selfie with me and him, but it wasn't between the song, it was during the freaking song, so it was pretty funny. But anyway, they finally released the album after like 13 fucking years. I also got it signed from all the band members. We've been waiting for this album for like 14 years or so, because I looked on the concert I filmed in 2011, it's the same songs, so but you know, it's a great album. But after listening to it, Blazzaj always had the repetition, but right now the repetition is a bit maybe too much. Kind of like it's 4 sides, right? So Ghetto, the Aur, Vis, Orașul, kind of like the last 2 sides, I believe. They are kind of more Blazzaj-y, let's say. But then I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I should make a video about the whole album. But after listening to this, I'm kind of like, I'm missing the first 2 albums, and hopefully they will start singing those songs from the first albums live again, because they have something special, a bit more jazzy maybe. I don't know. It's a bit more wackiness. I mean, this album is also wacky. Then it was actually an order of 3 albums together, but I will show you this one. Morphine is an album that sounds absolutely fantastic on vinyl, and this album called Cure for Pain, it's also fantastic. It's a trio with a guy on bass, drums, and the saxophone. The Mark Sandman, the vocalist, actually died on stage, unfortunately, so the band hasn't been playing since '99. So it is an album from the 90s. I believe, yeah, it was also released by Music on Vinyl, and I love what they are doing on how they do those re-releases. Listen to Buena and listen to I'm Free Now. And then maybe Ahead with Wings. But no, Buena and I'm Free Now. Try to listen to them and see how immediately you get into the mood of stuff. Then I have Lucy in Disguise, 1987. This is the album that I ordered like 3 years ago, but it finally arrived last year. The company that's supposed to release this kind of got shady or something, and then Lucy in Disguise, the artist, got pissed off, and then he got everything from them, and then he personally released the record. So I'm finally happy that I got it. Try to listen to 1987, right? The song, like the album name. It's very new, retro wave-ish, synthwave-ish, and so on. Sounds pretty nice. Spaichi came to visit. He wants to be in the video. He's my friend. He's been my friend since 2010, January. So I've been having him for 14 years. Yeah, he was born in 2009 September, so or October, something like that. So he's an old boyo. We've been together, as I've said, 14 years. Phew, a lot of hair now. But one of the centerpieces maybe of this year is this album. 100% a candidate for a solo video, and I'm planning on making a video about this album. Again, album released in the 90s, so a lot of those weren't released on vinyl, so music on vinyl finally released this one. It's 2 records. It's a bit sad that it's not a gatefold, so it's just this. But I guess they didn't found the art or something, so they had to. So maybe that's why they didn't have a gatefold. But Days of the New, this is their first album, also called kind of the yellow album because it's yellow. They don't have, the albums don't really have names. They have like Days of the New 1, Days of the New 2, and Days of the New 3. Days of the New 3, yeah. And all their covers have these 3, but they have different colors, right? So this is the yellow album, and it's an acoustic band, and I don't really like guitar in general, but guitar can be very beautiful on different type. It's a long story why I don't generally like guitar. Think of Wonderwall and a guy singing Wonderwall at the campfire. No, but it's a full acoustic band, so even the bass guitar it's acoustic, and it sounds freaking fantastic. The whole album is absolutely fantastic, and if I am to recommend you, try listening to The Downtown, What's Left for Me, and Freak. And while I was just listening to those songs again, preparing for this video, and Freak ended, and the next song came out. It was Now, and I was like, even Now is a fantastic song. So yeah, the whole album is really setting up a mood. It's very grungy, but from those songs that I just mentioned, try listening to What's Left for Me. I think it's kind of like a very sad song. It's a deep song. It's like there is something else that's there. So yeah, Days of the New. Then I got this. This is Children of Morta original soundtrack. I actually got 2 albums. I ordered something from Black Screen Records, and I was like, they had this in December. They had this mystery pack. Like you order 1, or you can order 2, or you can order 3, or you can order 4. I ordered 4 records. So you get actually 4 records as the plastic itself, but you don't know what type of album. This is 1 record, and the other one has 3 records inside, but it's a whole album, right? So I got 2 albums containing 4 records in total. It was mystery. You don't know what you get. I was like, this sounds intriguing. I like gambling, and I got it. And it's like Children of Morta, which I know the game, don't know the soundtrack. I listened a bit to the soundtrack, and it's like not my cup of tea. And now it's there, and now the gambling is gone. And I was like, I'm not sure exactly why I did it, because I kind of have the records that I want when it comes to music, and it's not like you are going to get some kind of super good gem. But anyway, I got it. Maybe I will enjoy it at a later date. And the other one that I got, it's a release from them, I believe. Yeah, it's Black Screen Records. I even forgot the name of it is a beautiful package. And even the records from inside that are with a very nice blue. I forgot the name of the song, but I looked on Steam and I actually have the game. The game is on my collection, but I haven't played the game. Wait. I also listened to it a little bit. not my cup of tea, but maybe I will enjoy it sometimes, someday. But now we are getting to my favorite album from last year, and can you guess what band it is? It's Part-Time. If you watch my older videos from the last year, since 2019, I've been listening to a lot of Part-Time. I absolutely love this band, and Part-Time has like a huge portfolio, and I always discover songs and so on. It's like popish, that's why I say popish, but with synths and so on. It's basically this guy David Loca, and he's really releasing a lot of songs. And in live he has a proper band, and those band members sometimes they are credited for some of the songs, and I do believe that most of his albums are kind of like lo-fi. He releases them, he records them in house, he records everything and so on, with an exception. But I will do videos about Part-Time privately, solo it, you know, every album deserves his own video. But this one, Tales of Bubblegum Brains, absolutely love the cover, and I actually got how the hell do you call this, a frame, because I want to frame this record. I got the pink edition, and the whole thing absolutely looks lovely. Look how this, and it is how I plan to put it on, right? Something like this. And I do want to make a proper video, as I've said, and I'm repeating myself, about this album, because it's a really lovely album. And you know, the funny thing is, last year Part-Time released 3 albums, only one on vinyl and another one on tape, which I will get to it. But this album, it's so fantastic. And try to listen to Tales of Bubblegum Brains, the song. I'm not going to go into detail, just listen to it. It starts a little bit like noisy, but then it gets clarity, and you have some flute there, and then you get those snippets from TV like sounds, and then the song comes again, and it's like the guy is telling you a story. It's putting you on a mood. Very fantastic. Bad Times to Be Loved, maybe start with that one because it's more it has more impact. This one is a bit more complex. And also to note, Vicious, the last song, it's a fantastic song to end the album. I'm not sure how to explain it. I don't want to explain it now, but it's such a nice way to end the album, and such a fantastic album altogether. My favorite album from last year, Tales of Bubblegum Brains. Then I also got Pixies, Doolittle. I have all the albums from Pixies from the 90s. I am missing like their last 2 albums from that they just got released. This is the 25 years edition, and it's actually it has. I'm actually missing. Where the hell is this one? Yeah, I think it's there. I didn't have time to listen to it, but it's supposed to have 3 records, but I'm a bit more confused because I don't know where those records are. One is there, maybe one is here, and where's the other one? They're supposed to have like the demos, then some live albums, and then live songs, and then the proper album. I didn't have time to listen to it, but Pixies used to be like my favorite band from 2004 until for like a good number of years. And you know, as I've said, I'm happy that I finally got this one in my collection. Never mind, found the 3rd one. Then in December, it was my birthday, and I got a couple of guys over, and one of them, Kashva, shouts out to him. He bought me this one, and it's actually enjoyable. It's Habibi Funk, and I like funk. I like to have music from different areas of the world and so on. He actually wrote here that this one was his most top song of 2023. Hamid El Shaheredi Reed, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a very good song, but I also found, I believe it's Zohra Badala Zamarak. I think that's another song that I like. I'm not sure. But it is pretty nice. It's nice to have things like this in collection, you know, things from different areas, things that sound nice and interesting. So then last year I was also in Dublin, and I visited the record store, and I was like, what to get. Looking back, maybe I should have gotten Dead Kennedys Frankenchrist, because they had, it was like one of these commercial record store, and was like, they had Dead Kennedys. I was like, okay. But I decided to get Grimes Visions. It's my 2nd Grimes album. It is a great album. Kind of forgot what to recommend for you to try. Then also while I was in Dublin, I got an email stating, hey, this is back in stock. This is Pentiment's original soundtrack by Alchemy. I believe that's how you pronounce their name. Pentiment is one of my favorite games ever, even that I only played it once. It's a story game, adventure-ish game, where you kind of solve a murder in a way, but it's placed in 15th century, something like that. And I like history, and I love what that game has done with everything. And the soundtrack is very particular, very medieval, very Renaissance kind of ish. And I wanted to. This came out in August, and I missed it. I didn't even knew that it existed. But then they kind of planned a repress, and I got it. It was expensive. It came from USA, but it's still there on the plate. They shipped it in this thingy. Who ships a vinyl record in this flimsy? You ship paper with this, not a vinyl record. And of course, it arrived warped, and I had to contact support, and luckily they gave me a refund. It does sound okay, but it's kind of like 1 centimeter in warpness. So the needle goes like that. It doesn't jump, luckily, but and he was like, the person on support was like, do you want a refund or we can ship you another one? I was like, refund. I'm not taking a risk because you will ship it again into something like that, and I don't want the other one might arrive warped again. So I was like, I have it. It sounds fine. It's very, very warped, but maybe at some point I will be able to make it unwarped. But yeah, anyway. Then I got those two beautiful thingies. This is the soundtrack from Dwarf Fortress. As I said, I don't enjoy guitar that much, but it's fantastic on how it sounds on the record. Dwarf Fortress, it's kind of like it's a video game made by two brothers since 2006. Long story there. They kind of have this, not a remake, but it's an ASCII game. The game graphics are text characters. It's very hard to play the game, very hard to see. You need to know things, but I always wanted to play the game, and now they kind of made a release where they release the game with some 2D graphics and better tiles, so you can kind of see the game itself, and the music got a little bit of revamp. And when I saw it got released on a record, I had to go to buy it, because again, it's very moody, very atmospheric, very guitarish, and it's setting up a very good feeling. So this is why I got it. And the last one from this year, it's Hades. All 4 of them. It was 100 euros. It was sold out. It was selling on the black market for like 300, 400 euros or something like that. So they decided to repress it. This is the repressed version. I think originally it was $50, 50 euros. Now it's 100 euros, so it's more expensive on the official ways. I initially skipped this because I wasn't playing Hades at that time, but then I played Hades and I absolutely loved the game. I absolutely loved the music. I love Darren Korb. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And the thing is that I actually have Bastion original soundtrack on CD signed by the guy, and I actually bought that CD in 2013. But yeah, so I'm familiar with his work for a good number of years. Haven't played this yet on the turntables, but soon, I guess. So this is it as when it comes to vinyl records. But I'm not a very smart person, so this is the Walkman that this is where it all began. When I was 3 and 4 years old, I started to listen on this, and I think my uncle hacked it, so it wasn't using batteries. It was you plug it in. We wouldn't have money for batteries, so it was lucky that this hack existed. This, as I've said, it's where it all began. It doesn't work anymore, and in November I actually ordered from AliExpress some those bands that in order for you to fix this. So I will fix it at some point, because I'm not sure. I forgot exactly why I wanted a new cassette player, as I'm not going to buy a new one because it's expensive. It was 150 euros. But then November came, Black Friday, it was only 125 euros. So I actually got it. It's there. I will make a video about this at some point. We are Rewind. It's a new one. It's USB-C chargeable. it sounds fine. I don't go into details and so on, but yeah. So I guess that right now I'm also collecting cassettes. I didn't want to go there, but Par punk band from Serbia. I've seen them live. They had some cassette tapes, and I was like, let's buy it. They signed it. Didn't have the where to listen to it, so I just bought it and put it like there. But then when I placed the order on the new part-time shop, I got part-time on cassette. I have it on vinyl also. I got the new album also on cassette, and this is the last part-time album. As I told you, he released 3 albums. This is Cruyssen Explorer. It's also different. It sounds more spacey. Only a couple of songs only a couple of songs with voice, with lyrics and so on, but it's nice. So yeah, I also got cassettes and Walkman, and yeah. So this is it for this year. This is kind of like a new YouTube channel. The original channel is called Gamer Pet, where I used to make videos about video games, and I will do at some point again, but this is a new YouTube channel where I plan to make videos about music. It's called Pet Rambles because I like to ramble about various things that I like. I have comic books, I have art books, I have history books, I have vinyl records, I mean board games. I will still play, make videos about them on the Gamer Pet channel because it's more thematic. But yeah, I guess this is it. Thank you guys for watching. Welcome to my living room. Welcome to the new YouTube channel. I guess, hopefully. See you soon. Goodbye.